Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1962 Smith-Corona Galaxie II vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 75. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit the slide space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip that switch back to 2. It skips 2. One more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that all the way down to that red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful typing machine. One of the most popular models to dominate the markets in the 1960s. The Galaxie series. Very nice print, very reliable typewriter, easy and fun to type on. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now. Put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side. Very good. Touch control low, medium, and high. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit them a bit harder when it's on high, but they respond faster, so you just want to play with that to gauge what your preference is on that. Tab on the right side. Right now, we don't have any tabs set, so I'm going to set one right there in the middle by hitting the set button right here. And when you hit the tab button, it just stops at that spot. To clear it, hit the CL button. And now it doesn't have any tabs, but I always like to keep one set somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. This one has good drag, but that's just a rule of thumb that I have on all my typewriters. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit this MR button, stands for margin release. It will allow you to get past that and type all the way to the end. And this model, some of the Galaxie models will have these changeable keys. These pop off. And you can get custom keys. Most typewriters don't have a 1 and exclamation point key, so this is a custom key. To type a 1 on most typewriters is lowercase l, and the exclamation point is shift 8, which is the apostrophe, and then backspace and period. But you can, if you can find custom keys, all you got to do is it comes with the cap and the slug, and this just tilts and pulls right off, so you don't have to be a technician to do it. So if you can find them, then it's easy to swap those if you want a custom key. And some of the other Galaxie style typewriters will have 2, one on each corner there. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction, there's a little lever here behind the left spool. You flip that down and it will pull counterclockwise to the left. You flip it up, it pulls clockwise to the right. And if your ribbon has eyelets, which are the little metal pieces, then it will pull when it gets to the end to the side, and it will rotate back to that side that it pulls on. So automatically reverses. Most typewriters have that function. This is your right carriage release, and this is actually a 3D printed carriage release that I designed because the originals are old and they break and they don't make them anymore, so this is how you replace them. Check my shop if you need a spare one. And also you can remove the platen very easily on this model by flipping this panel back, flipping this up, and there's a little lever right here. You just flip that up and it pulls. You want to pull out this lever first before you do that, so it just comes off easier. It just comes right off like this, so you can get in there and clean it up, or if there's a jam, paper jam or anything, it just slides right back down, just like that. Very easy. This is an original carriage release lever, so pretty close to the replica that I made, but it's hard plastic and it breaks. So check out my shop if you need an extra. And when you pull out that knob like I did to remove the platen, that disables the spacing when you turn, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever on the inside here. You flip that down, it disables the spacing. You flip it up, you get the clicks. And on the inside of the left platen is the page gauge. So you want to load your page when set this on right below the 11, and that's when you load the page, and as you're feeding it through, it'll start to warn you when you get close to the bottom of the page. 2 inches on the left side there, 1.5, 1 inch, and that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.